Hello snowboarders of the internet, I am your host TC, and today we will be reviewing the Fix Magnum. I rode these bindings at Copper Mountain, and it was definitely a warmer day where the snow in like the shade, I would say, got icy, but then as the day went on, it kind of got less sunny, a little bit more overcast, a little bit more icy everywhere, a little bit more crunchy, nastier snow that you just kind of say, well, we're here and we're just gonna keep riding through it. I used my K2 Team Manifest board and Ride Fuse boots. The binding adjustability is fairly straightforward for the most part, where you have the flip tab on the toes and the ankles, and just like pretty much everybody else in the industry, you have a flip tab on the high back as well. Where it gets a little bit different is when you have to pop off this urethane pad on the bottom to rotate the high back if you're into that sort of thing. We all know you don't need to, but I had to look up a video to actually see how to rotate it, and it's not worth it. And if you want to rock your toe strap on top, they have a push pin system where you just push it in, slide it back, make sure that urethane pad pushed all the way, and you're rocking it on top of the toe instead of over the toe. These straps are probably in the middle of the ground, I would say. When you first grab them, touch them, it feels just like their Nation strap, where like, God, this thing feels really soft. But once you strap it in, it definitely provides a little bit more support laterally, and then heel to toe, it feels amazing. I didn't have any pressure points or anything like that with it, but on the toe, I did have to rock it on top of the toe just because this one still didn't fit my square toe box, and I'm assuming it's not gonna fit yours either. The ratchets, they're solid ratchets. One finger to take them off, one thumb to put them on, nice and smooth. You don't get any play side to side. I will say on this pair, I didn't get any wear marks or any teeth indents like I did when I rode the Nations. So I don't know if they're using a harder plastic, but if you do end up getting any wear marks or anything like that, don't worry, they do come with extras, so you can just replace it and not have to track something down. When it comes to high backs, it is a little bit stiffer than the middle of the road. I wouldn't say it's gonna be the stiffest thing out there. I mean, there's no carbon or anything like that, but it is gonna be a stiffer nylon plastic. You can adjust it nice and simple with the flip tab, but you are gonna get a lot of heel toe response. And when you're tweaking, you might feel a little bit resistance, but nothing to write home about. This binding is gonna be stiffer than the middle of the road when we're talking flex. I wouldn't say much stiffer. It's not like the crazy stiff binding, but you definitely know it's there. Where laterally, you don't feel crazy locked in, but you still do feel enough where when you go to move your knee and decamber that board, it's gonna provide that response for you. When you're going heel toe, it is gonna go with you. It's gonna transfer all of that energy right into the board and cut down on chatter. When it comes to the overall ride of these bindings, it is what you're looking for, I think. This urethane dampening pad is cutting down on so much vibrations, where on the Nation, you could tell, no dampening pad under there. This is gonna really make all the difference. This will cut down on those micro vibrations, so you're not feeling every little piece of chunder or even just icy corduroy if you're riding on the East Coast or the Midwest when you get that rain pretty much after a snowfall. And then you do have a nice thick footbed underneath, so it cuts down on all those bigger vibrations. And really, it just pretty much makes pillows for your feet where you don't feel much and you can ride longer and enjoy the day a lot easier. The rider in mind for this binding is somebody that's gonna be riding that more technical terrain or even riding the more technical jump line or rail features out there. They pretty much need one binding to do everything for them, AKA a workhorse binding, which is what this is. They're pretty much, yeah, looking for it to just handle everything, cut down on vibrations, and literally take it from here to the backcountry. Personally, I really did like this binding. It had all the stiffness that I look for, all the response with that lateral play, so you're not just totally, you go to lean forward, put a little weight on that front foot, and the whole board goes with you. It does really well. It's great bang for your buck wise. Like, you can't beat it, especially with this urethane dampening pad that a lot of bindings that do put urethane in them, you gotta pretty much pay $300, $400 to get this kind of dampening underneath it, where these ones, low 300s, great bang for your buck, comes with replacements, it comes with everything you really need. Comparable bindings would be the Union Atlas, the Jones Mercury, or the Ride C8. this has been my review of the Fix Magnum. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you own a pair? Are you gonna buy a pair? Leave a comment down below. I wanna know what you have to think. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe, click that bell, turn on those notifications so you don't miss anything new coming out. If you want to support us further, head on over to Angry Snowboarder VIP. Sure, I could tell you here, but we have a great video over there getting into really in depth. And as always, guys, I've been your host, TC. I'll see you out on the mountain.